Hello everyone, my name is Pat. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be comparing UK and US covers of some of my favorite books and also some of the upcoming books that are on my TBR. If you don't know, I'm subscribed to 𝐰𝐼𝐼 and Fairyloot, and those are both UK-based subscription boxes. I would receive at least 2 fantasy books every month that are UK covers. I usually prefer UK covers, but there are some, US covers that are gems. So I have a list of books here. Most of these I have read. I think there's only 4 that I haven't read from here, and some of these are not really my favorites, but they have interesting covers from what I can remember. And some of these I'm not sure if they have different or very different UK-US covers, so we'll see. Without further ado, let's get started. I haven't really searched on the internet what the covers look like. Some of them I do have an idea. Let's see. So the first one that I have is Daughter of the Moon Goddess. The US cover is mostly blue, dark blue in tones, and you have the main character in the middle holding an arrow, and then you have these, I think these are, I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but they're flowers on the sides that are red in color. And then you have, I think these are waves, and of course the moon on top with the clouds. So this is very pretty actually. I really like the US cover. But the UK cover doesn't feature any of the main characters. It has the same flowers, but they're not in the same shade. These are more pink. Title is still mainly in the middle, very big. And then you have this bird. I don't know what kind of bird this is. And I do prefer the UK cover. Although the US cover is also really beautiful. But when I saw the UK cover, just because I feel like you have these flowers that are bigger at the bottom, and then it's kind of growing from that bottom, going around the moon that is in the middle. It's going up and away, and so they're getting smaller. I just really like that perspective. And just there's not a lot happening, but it's still so such an aesthetic thing to look at. And you have this border design that I really like that you don't really have in the US cover. So although there's a lot more elements in the US cover, I feel like I don't know. I prefer the UK cover, so UK for that one. Okay, the next one that I have is Bear and Inventor. Let's just look at Bear because Bear and Inventor have kind of the same scheme or the same look to it. Now, I'm like a lot of people. I don't like people on covers, but the US cover is very compelling to look at. It's one of those things that really catches your eye. I think it has to do with the color scheme. It has a lot of light, bright kind of colors. You have these yellows, and then you have some hints of oranges, golds, and then you have these character who's taking up this middle part, the large part of the cover. She's staring straight at you, and it's very compelling to look at. But the UK cover features mainly in a black background. It's pretty just flat, but then you have these plants on the sides, and then you have these lion and lioness kind of yin yang positions, and in the middle of them, they're not touching. You have this face in the middle, and at first I didn't really see the face, and somebody pointed it out. I was like, oh, you're right, there is a face, and it's forming that face that's also looking at you. It's a little bit more tilted to the side, but because even though this has a very eye-catching look as well, to me I like much more simpler covers that is more abstract. Just like the UK cover, it's literally just black, and you have these pieces of plants on the sides, this lion and lioness, and then you have that face that's being made by the vines in the middle. And that's so interesting to look at. And I like that aesthetic better than the other one. It's still very beautiful. It's another one that if I were, I wouldn't be mad if I got this cover instead of the other one, but I definitely prefer the UK cover still. So that's Bear. Okay, so now we have The City of Brass or David Bod. This is my favorite series of all time. One of my favorite fantasy series of all time. I have owned both of these editions, and I don't think that they're necessarily US UK covers because I have seen the UK cover in Barnes & Noble. But US cover, actually I really like the US cover more, but I don't think you can strictly say that this is the US cover and the other one is the UK cover. But like I said, because I saw this one on Barnes & Noble, so not 100% sure. But I would consider this one the US cover, and then the other one is the UK cover. So I actually prefer the US cover. I don't know, I like that it's not so bright, because the UK cover features more of the oranges and yellows, more on the brighter side. But the US cover has this kind of gilded look to it. So it's kind of not bright, it's kind of faded in a way, which I really, really like. Actually, yeah, so yeah, I prefer the US covers, which we have 2 points for UK and 1 for US now. Next one is Babel. Actually, Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is one of the books that I'm looking forward to reading. So the US and the UK covers are pretty similar, but I do have a preference. Actually, I would like to have both of these covers because they're so pretty. And usually, like I mentioned, I prefer the UK covers. They have kind of the same aesthetic because it's black and white white, and then kind of like the drawing style is the same, especially with the sky background kind of like in lines, drawn in lines. But you have the Tower of Babel in the US cover, and the UK cover just says Babel. Kind of, I guess, in place of the tower, it's kind of going down. Letters are going up, down. They have like these swirling backgrounds for the letters, and it has that aesthetic of the cover was torn. So I think the cover is the same, but the tower part is torn, and then you see the words Babel instead. So it has that aesthetic. It's literally the same. He just took off the letters. So I don't know. I feel like this one has more character art, the UK one. Oof, I'm really torn. I really want both, but I think I'm leaning a little bit more to the UK cover, but I wouldn't be mad if I got the US cover still, because it's really pretty as well. But I think the UK cover one has more of a context to it, because the tower itself is ripped off, and then you just see the word Babel. So leaning more towards UK, but I wouldn't be mad if I got the US one. The Midnight Library, I think this one has a more distinct US-UK cover. The two versions that I have, I think are available both here in the US. I don't know, but for some reason in my head, the cover with just the starry background and like the building or like the library is the UK cover, and then the one with the windows sort of is the US cover. So I'll just consider the one with the windows US, and then the one with just a library in the middle of the UK, and I prefer the UK one, but I'm not sure though. So I don't think I'm gonna mark this one, but I do prefer the one with just the starry sky and then the building in the middle picture. Next one. So the Song of Achilles US cover has this blue kind of like background with like the wave drawings, but the main item that we have is Achilles' helmet. I think that's what it's called. And I like this cover, but the UK cover is this like mainly blue background. The edges are like kind of, is that a vignette? Is that what you call it? It's dark, and then you have an arrow in the middle. It's kind of forming a heart actually. And I do prefer the UK cover as expected, because although this one has a really interesting the helmet part, I just really like the aspect of it, especially I think the vignette. I don't know if vignette, how do you say that? I don't know, that part where the edges are like, it's darkening, like the edges are dark. I really like that because it gives kind of like that worn look to it, especially the arrow in the middle with the heart. I really like that one. And in relation to that, 𝐁𝐨, I think both of these versions are available, like pretty easily available in both the US and the UK markets, but I do think that the US cover is much more common here. The UK cover, you have to kind of look specifically for it. So the US cover has that face. It's a pretty simple cover, and you have that, you know, the leaves heart, and then the UK cover has, I don't know, is that like a vase in the middle? I don't know if that is a vase, but it has that kind of shape in the middle that is surrounded by these flowers, and I prefer the UK cover as expected. Like I said, I don't really like faces on covers, like people on covers, so especially with this one, I feel like there's just much more intricate details to it, because the flowers are not just like big, you know, illustrations of flowers, and even the word 𝐁𝐨 has like these kind of worn out looks. It's like they're not fully blocked, filled in letters, and I just really like that look. This one looks a little cleaner. The US cover looks just a little bit cleaner, and I like the rusticness that this kind of gives. So UK cover as expected, and then I think this is the last one that we'll do, which is Emily Henry books. So we have first Beach Read. I do have Beach Read in the original US covers. I bought it from Book of the Month, and they recently released, I don't know if it's recent actually, I just recently saw like the UK covers of these books, and I have some thoughts. So let's look at the US covers first. Okay, so Beach Read first. I like the US covers, which is weird because, like I said, UK covers usually win for me, because the UK cover has this like weird like pink, orange, bright colors that are just like, I don't like it. I don't like the color combinations that are on here. It feels off. And the Beach Read one is, you know, the usual covers that we've seen are like cartoon covers, like they're illustrated. And I feel like this shows much more of what it is about, because here we just have like we have like a tiny notebook on the side with a pen, legs, and then you have a guy swimming. It's like, it doesn't really, what is it? I think this one captures the title and the premise more, because we have our two characters sitting side by side on each other, and you can tell that they're on vacation. They're on, you know, mats on the beach, or even if it doesn't look like a beach, they're on a mat, and one is like sand tanning, and they both have books or notebooks open. And I like this one more. I feel like this is, it's simple. It has those pops of colors, but they don't look off, and they tell much more of the story than the UK cover. And then for People We Meet on Vacation, vacation. So I'm gonna go with the US one. So for People We Meet on Vacation, so we have these two couples. They have kind of the same ideas. Beach read US cover. So we have our two friends who are on lounge chairs. Is that what they're called? One is reading and the other one is sun tanning. And you have these leaves on the side that tell you they're on vacation. You know, it kind of gives you like, yeah, they're on vacation. And the other one, they changed the title to You and Me on Vacation, which is weird because I think the idea was like, you know, they don't really use vacation in UK, they use holiday. So I thought it was like, oh, people we meet on holidays, or you and me on a holiday, or a holiday together, something like that. And it's like, they still use the word vacation. Anyway, so it's the same idea as the UK cover for Beach Read. You have these colors that they're like block colors, and you know, normally the colors that you would have for these things are not that color. Like the clouds on Beach Read are pink, bright pink and orange, and for You and Me on Vacation, the palm trees are colored blue, and the mountains on the side are also like in a lighter blue. And then you have, you know, the two people that are here. One is reading a book and the other one is in the pool. But again, I don't know. I feel like because also with the way that the books are written, there's much more emphasis on the people that are on the cover, even though there are drawings, versus the other elements that are on there. Because I feel like the first thing that you see for these are not the people, but like for Beach Read, you see the sky and the beach. And for You and Me on Vacation, you see the background. So it's more focused on the background for the UK covers, and the US covers are more on the people, which Emily Henry's writing is on the people themselves, the characters, and not really on like the atmosphere of it. You still get the atmosphere, but the main focus is the relationships and these people individually as characters. So I feel like the US cover is able to like really get that rather than the UK cover. So US cover for People on Vacation as well. So I have a few more, but I think we're gonna stop here. So we have 5 votes for the UK and 4 votes for the US, which is kind of expected, but I didn't expect it to be this close to each other because like I said, I usually prefer UK covers, but here we are. UK covers for me, which is, you know, I expected. But yes, those are the books that I will be comparing today. If you guys like this video, let me know and I can make more. And if you want like specific books that you want me to compare UK to US covers, let me know down below and I'll feature them on the next video. But that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you on the next one.